Yeah, this is crazy.
Man, it's hurting just to see it when that air, because you can only get so much air in there. And she about to panic. Lights out, and she panicking, and she got an assistant. I'm like, damn.
Right.
She suffering. She's in there.
What's up, everybody? As you come in, share this video so we can go ahead and we want to put the facts out there and tell the people what we know now. Tell the people where we need to go from here. Share this video as you come in, because we only want to say this one time. So come on, share this video as you come in. I know everybody been calling me. I'm live with my man Andrew Holmes here. Share this video as you come in so we can say this one time. I know everybody been going crazy all over everybody's statuses, Facebook, like, what happened? What happened? What happened? We want to know what happened. We're going to finally put this story to rest and tell you guys what happened. Andrew Holmes, an activist here in the city of Chicago, he was able to not only see the video, he was able to talk with authorities. He was able to go inside the facility and look at the freezer. He knows, you know, what happened to this young lady. And we want to tell you guys before the news tell you, before everybody else got the video, before the video is released later on. The family has been aware of this as well. And we want to make sure that we let the people know, give them updates on what's going on, so it don't look like we just keep using this, like people all over Facebook keep using this story, you know what I'm saying, for Facebook fame or whatever. Let's put the facts out there. So share this video, and at 5 minutes of being on here, we're going to talk about what happened to Kenneka. So all 380 y'all, keep sharing this. Let's get the people on here so we can say this one time and get this out of the way. All right? One time only. And then you guys, you know, figure out where we're going to go from here. So shout out to everybody that's been a part of this, protesting. Shout out to Andrew Holmes, who has been active from the beginning. You've been on this case from the first day, right?
Absolutely.
So Andrew been on this case, you know, since the first day. Shout out to all other activists, all the residents who have came out and protested, the thousands of calls to the hotel, the thousands of calls to the police department. 4 days, the city of Chicago has came together for Kenneka. And I know Kenneka is proud to know that people are in her corner. You know, she's in the sky probably smiling to know that people went out their way to make sure they found out what happened to her. All right, now she is not able to be here to say exactly what happened to her, but it's up to us to be the voice for her and make sure that the family gets some type of justice and know exactly what happened to Kenneka. So at 5 minutes, we're going to start talking about what happened to Kenneka, and we only want to say this one time. So please share this video. We're going to allow a couple people to you know, ask questions as well. But we're going to go through this one time and let you guys know the facts. We are still looking at today going out there. You're going to be out there at 5? Yeah. You're going to come out there at 5 o'clock. So Andrew, he's going to be out there at 5 o'clock. We're still looking to be out there in support of the family. But we're going to talk to you guys about what happened at 5 minutes. One more minute. We're going to start. Share this video. Let everybody know, so we ain't got to be on here for an hour and 2 hours like we always got to do, waiting on everybody to get on here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, yeah, I'm a little close. So we ain't got to be on here waiting on everybody to get on here. So we got 600 viewers. But this is it's been hurting. Your father, your father,
yes sir.
And you actually, you know, lost a daughter before.
Mm-hmm.
So you can understand, you know what I'm saying, how it feels to lose, you know what I'm saying, a daughter, somebody that you raised. And so, you know, Andrew been on this. You know, I appreciate him for being on this as much as he has since the first day. I appreciate everybody for doing this. I'm a new father. I could imagine what her mom is going through, especially with her mom, you know, being sick at the same time. Or even what you went through, you know what I'm saying, when you lost a daughter. So We want to give this family some type of justice and let the people know. People have been on Facebook with these non-facts.
Yes.
What do you think about that, Drew? What do you think about all the conspiracies? Let's talk about that before we tell them what happened. What do you think about all of the stories and conspiracies that people have been saying so far over the last 4 days?
Well, they can put the stories out with no facts and no teeth and no legs to crawl on. But if you put the story out there on Facebook and you put it out there like that, but if you know so much, then why not go to the authorities, sit down and talk with them if you don't have anything to hide? Don't put nothing out there that you don't know nothing about and alter somebody else's story.
Yeah, so all of the stories of, what about the body stories of the hotel selling body parts? And
yeah, you know, that's like I say, just to get some hits and some views, you know, you put something out there and you throw a story out there, and then all of a sudden you got people want to get interested in what you're talking about. So, you know, you're hurting the family more.
You hurt, and how hurt has the family been? You've been with them for days.
You know what, man, you know what? It's an unexplainable pain that mother is going through in that family. And then they have to turn around, not only deal with the death, but also deal with the social media stuff that's coming out there. That's that lady's baby. And as you stated, if that was our child, man, that's my baby they talking about. You're falsifying stuff about my child. That's not my child's character. So get the facts right, and let's deal with what we have to deal with ahead.
All right, so it's been 5 minutes. I see y'all saying that. Andrew, talk to us about the facts. This is, and I want everybody to be prepared for this. We are reactive people, and I know everybody want to know what happened. Everybody put out their own stories. Let's talk about what actually happened. Let's talk about what the video actually shows and where we are, all right? And since y'all being very impatient, thank you. Andrew, what's the facts?
Well, first and foremost, thank all of you all for joining in, and thank you other activists out there for being on the front line too, and everybody out there with the protests, and everybody out there with the prayers. But the videos show the young lady in the lobby, and I watched her from the lobby walk to the elevator. Now, whether something, and I'm saying this because the toxicology hasn't come out yet, we know she consumed some alcohol and was a little bit impaired. But at the same time, if someone had put some in her drink, the toxicology would show. So that's very important, and we're waiting for that. But she did walk into that elevator, and she was trying to possibly get back up to the 9th floor, but she might have pushed the button, or the button was always pushed already to show lower level, and the elevator went down.
Okay.
So she got off the elevator. I can see where she was staggering, as they said, and she got off. She went to the stairway casing. The stairway leads back upstairs. So
she was by herself throughout this.
She was by herself throughout this whole complete ordeal. I watched and looked for cameras everywhere. They showed me cameras everywhere. She walked to the steps. She did a little stumble trying to get up there, but she turned around and went back the other way. Now, she was still walking kind of wobbly. She did fall into the wall, and she started opening up doors. So she opened up one door. She went in, came right back out. She wasn't in there. You can tell she was looking for doors, trying to get back upstairs to the lobby. So she went from door to door. She went in this door. She didn't stay long. She went in there and came back out. She was basically trying to find her way back to the lobby. As she continued down the path,
and she went to the bathroom and everything.
Yeah, she went,
What's some of the doors she did go in?
One of the doors she went in was the men's washroom. That door pushed open. She came right back out. She pushed in, came right back out. She went inside another door. She came right back out. She was checking doors to see, to me, how she can get back upstairs. So she went down toward this unsecured area that she went, and the camera shows it, and it shows where she went. When she went in, the doors wasn't secured. She went right in. There was a freezer part there where you all see, where you all haven't seen it yet, where she had walked back. There was no one in there. The place, they don't even use that part no more. It's a kitchen part, and it has two large freezers. So she walked back there, and as she went inside that door, she opened it up, which you can open up. It's just like a big steel door. It don't take much to open it. You open up that door. You take 1/2 a step to your right is another door to another freezer part. she had to open up that door to go inside of there, mainly trying to find her way back to the lobby. In saying that, if she was so impaired, so we don't know what's in the toxicology, but the door closed and the other door closed, and it's dark inside of that little freezer room. So she probably got scared, tried to find her way to push that door out, but it was a safety knob there that you can touch like this, and that door will open. And I was in there with the detectives. I was in that freezer, and I was scared even being in that freezer, even in there with them, and I was in there by myself. I can understand the part where she was at with the motion camera up there, that when somebody walks, it turns that way. Where she was, you cannot go no farther. That's it. You cannot hide back there. You can't go no farther. If anybody was back there, they would have came up. They had to come out that way she came. Now, that's the negligence on that motel establishment there, that place was closed down and nobody shouldn't have been back there. Now, it's very easy for you to get in there and that door to close, and in that freezer, lights out, it's air shut tight. If you had a room in that motel, you had a child, a son, your son and daughter get on that elevator and all of a sudden start wandering around and pushing doors, your baby would have went in there. That door would have closed on your baby. You'd have been looking for your child. It's an accident that was waiting to happen, and it lies within that motel unit there. Who owns that motel? They should have secured that area. If locks was on the door like they was on the door when I got there, they had locks on there, so I couldn't get in, but didn't have no locks on there when she was there. If they had them, she probably would have turned around like she turned around at the other doors to find her way back upstairs. And sad as I hate to say, we got to find out what's in their toxicology, and whatever's in there was in her system, then it needs to come out. Then if it's something illegal, the focus goes back to the room and the people that was inside the room. If they know something, they need to say something. That's somebody's child, that's somebody's baby, and that unit freezer that she was found in.
Was the freezer on?
No, to me the freezer wasn't on. To me, when they were saying that it looked like she was wet or something, it's hot as hell in that freezer. So she gonna sweat. The body gonna sweat. I'm quite sure if the freezer was on, then that's a different story that has to be proven. But at the same time, there was nobody in that hallway. Nobody walked her down that hallway. Nobody forced that baby down that hallway. She was mainly, all I see is trying to find her way to get back upstairs where she was. So, you know, the Facebook people are putting the nonsense stuff on there, even about the $200. You know, it's been clarified even with the young ladies, and I respect them that they came in and talked to them detectives. It was all about the $200 for the parking space. If you don't retain your ticket and lose your ticket, you got to pay $200 maximum fee to get your car up out of there. And that's what they was talking and saying in that room. You know, and everybody's trying to point the finger here, point the finger there. Only point the finger if you know the true facts and go talk to the detectives, because the mother don't want to hear all of that. She's hurt. Think about if that was your child in this little box room and got in there and you trying to find her. Now, on another part, you got security there. They're negligence, because if that's the last place you seen that baby, and I call her a baby because that's somebody's child, if that's the last place you seen her on video surveillance, that should have been the first place you was looking to secure in that area. Now, if you had her, maybe she would have been saved and been still living. If you say, okay, we got her in this area here, and this is where she going, you run and send somebody down there quick and fast. If you watching the video footage, because you got to, if they was an intruder in there and you on your job, then you got to get somebody down there. Somebody should have been at the computer watching the monitor. Now, who fell asleep? Because when you seen her there, it should have sent an alert off where we got somebody down here in an unrestricted area.
What time on the video was she? What did it show? What time she got in there?
Yeah, they got the time on there. I got to look back on my file. I got those in the car.
Okay.
And I got to look back on that. But I commend the police department out there. They not rushing to judgment. They looking at time on everything. They showed me time on the cameras, time here. They done order everything, even outside technicians to come in, because when they give it out, they want to give it out by the time and the minute.
So I see a lot of the crazy comments. Firstly, what I want to say is Andrew Holmes is an activist in the city of Chicago. Per the family, he did view the video. You did tell everybody what you have done and why you're able to even say this.
Well, I met with the chief of police out there and asked that they do let the mother see the surveillance video of the last steps of her daughter, how she got there, and when, and the time that she was there, and the time where everybody else went. I mean, don't quit the judge, because see, we dealing with a young lady that have lost her life due to some negligence, and also maybe something else that may have happened in that room. Now, at the same time, there is a freezer back there, and it shows with the timing and everything. Nobody pushed, nobody forced her back there. That baby was just trying to find her way out of there. Now, what we can do now is try to find out what actually led up to this. We know where the negligence come in at on that motel staff, because they should have had that place shut, sealed. She shouldn't have never been able to get back there.
Now, people saying, how did she freeze to death, or what was it? That would come in the autopsy, correct?
Yeah, that would come in the autopsy report there. Mainly what I'm trying to do is make sure that that mother see her last daughter's footsteps and where she was, who was back there, and who has fallen. As of right now, the liability lies on that establishment out there, because you didn't secure that area right there. And the other part would come out in the autopsy. Everybody's jumping to say this and say that, but think about if that was your child. You know, if you're going to say something, give the facts true, solid, to the detectives out there so they can work this case, because, you know, this is leading to something else on Facebook. You know, they putting stuff on Facebook that might get somebody else hurt for nothing, just because they was inside the room there. We all have been inside motel rooms.
Addresses and all.
Their addresses, and 9 times out of 10, they probably ain't had nothing to do, just because they was there, with what happened. We trying to find the facts, what happened in that room. Now, if somebody slipped something in her drink, then people need to be held accountable. That was in there, but let that come out in a toxicology report of what all was in her system. So we have to wait till that comes out. My main focus was to just get them to get that video out to the parents, to the mother, and let her see where her daughter walked to and what was the last result of that.
And what were they saying as far as was the freezer on and off? Was that clarified at all from the hotel?
No, I'm going to clarify that today through the chief, and ask him to release that. Was that refrigerator on or was that refrigerator off? But I knew when I got there and got inside of there, it was dark when that door closed. And, you know. And
it looks, and let's just say this one more time, because we got too many people on here with crazy comments, because of course they want to blame somebody. I know black folks, I know we want to blame somebody. I understand that. Because there's been so many theories, there's been so many people saying this, and that. We want to blame somebody because we don't understand why she died. On the video that's going to be released to the public, it will be released to the public after the family sees it, correct?
Yeah, it should be released after the family see it. And I was the same way, like the views.
I was the same way.
I had doubts.
Like, man, somebody killed this girl. Right.
But I got there because I had doubts about, okay, wait a minute. Could be a motel worker, could be somebody, but
we all said the same. I want everybody to understand that we all on the same side.
Oh, yeah.
We don't work with the hotel. We don't work with the police department.
That's right.
We on the side of the people. So what we do is we either protest, we put pressure on them, we go meet with them, we go make sure we get the answers for the community, all right? So we on the same side. We thought that this was suspicious. We thought somebody could have killed her. We thought all of the same things that you have. We on the same side. But the video that's going to be released is going to show her walking around trying to find her way. Correct, Andrew?
That's
so she was basically walking around through the hallway, hitting the walls, opening up doors. How many doors you think she opened before she got to the freezer door?
I think about 4, and other doors that she had checked, because she was trying to find her way back upstairs. She was just trying to get back to a secured area, and that's what she was looking for, because the doors that she opened up, she didn't even stay up. She just went in and came right back out, because, you know, especially the bathroom, went and came back out, went in another door, it closed, she come back out. She basically, to me, honest God, I think that baby was trying to find her way back upstairs.
Yeah. And so it looked more than like alcohol was in her system to you. How was she kind of acting when she was walking through the hallway? We letting you guys know exactly what y'all gonna see in a little while. We are giving you guys the upstage of it.
Yes.
What are you going? How does it look like she's acting going through the hallway?
She was impaired. But
and we're not saying that she killed herself. Please
right.
stop saying that.
Right.
That's the last thing we're saying.
You know, the people need to keep those comments to themselves, because she did not commit suicide. She did not kill herself. Now, if indeed she had alcohol in her system or something else in her system that somebody may have slipped and put in there, y'all have to realize that this is still somebody's baby and somebody's child. Now, if that place had been secured, she probably would have never wound up back there. She just turned around and because she kept going to a door to find an opening to get. We just have to look at it for what it is, keep praying, and still get to the bottom of this. When that toxicology come out, find out what was in her system.
But that hotel looks like it should be liable, correct?
It is.
That hotel is liable because they did not secure the area.
Absolutely.
And that should have been locked, because my kid could have went in, his kid, somebody's kid could have went in there, and an accident could have happened like this as well. Because once that door shuts behind you, especially if you have something in your system, you can panic and anything can happen to you from there. Correct, Andrew?
You're absolutely
and
right.
So she didn't commit suicide. No. As you will see on the video, she was trying to find her way. She went through several doors. She went to the men's restroom. How long was she in the men's restroom?
Just about half a second.
She just went in there.
Turned around, came back. She went to another door, trying to jerk it, open it, and she went to another door. She was trying to find her way upstairs, somewhere secure where she can see people. That's what I can see from the bottom of my heart. Because, see, if it was anything other than that I can prove that someone was down there, someone forced her down there, you can bet your bottom dollar. I'm just like the rest of the activists out here. We're not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to get served and let the chips fall where they lay.
We will set fire to everybody's ass, excuse my French, and make sure that we get all the facts. Now, I wish, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to say I wish. Everybody here wants to blame somebody, all right? I'm sorry that none of those stories that we've seen and what we thought were right. But we got to look at the facts and the evidence and take it for what it is, and mainly learn from this situation. I think that's all we could do, is learn from this situation, take care of this family, and make sure that this hotel is still liable.
Absolutely.
Because they did not have locks on that freezer, correct?
That's correct. If you had a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old that was staying in that motel with you, and they wanted, if your child wandered out looking for the swimming pool without your knowledge and had went downstairs and started going through them doors, it could happen. And I'm sorry it happened to this child.
So this was an accident waiting to happen, man. And for everybody who, are saying, I know it's more questions to be asked, as far as the freezer, as far as what was in her system. We won't know the exact cause and cause of her death until the toxicology and the autopsy come out. Now, what we do know is that we're going to make